Okay, so when I'm trying to verify, well, one thing I'm noticing is that I see how I've got two things that are being subtracted here. So what I'm trying to do is verify that and make that see that showed me that it showed this cotangent x. And I'm not seeing any plus or minus here. That means somehow I get rid of that plus and minus. So those angle sum identities might be a way to look at it. Start. So looking at them, I see I've got a couple of different choices. I do notice that I've got one that's exclusively tan, but there's a fraction involved with that. And this doesn't have a fraction, so I don't think that's going to be the wise choice to go. So what I can do, though, is these sine and cosine identities are pretty easy to use. And I know I can rewrite tangent in terms of sine and cosine. So let me move this out of the way, and I'm going to just work on the left. And I'm going to rewrite this as, we know tangent is sine over cosine. So I'm going to write sine of x minus pi over 2 over cosine of x minus pi over 2. And then if I take a look at those identities, I see for the sine, when I'm adding it, so the angled difference formula for the sine is, I go with the bottom track. So I'll do sine of u cosine of v minus cosine u sine of v. So I'll just write that in now. So I'll do sine of u cosine of v minus cosine of u sine of v. So that's what the top becomes. And then if we look at the denominator, let's see here. That's the cosine difference, and I see when I do the cosine difference formula, it becomes a plus, but it goes cosine, cosine, sine, sine. So let me do that. So cosine x cosine of pi over 2 plus sine x sine of pi over 2. And then we can get to do some simplifying. Let's see, let me get a pointer. The cosine of pi over 2 is the cosine of 90, which is 0. So that whole term is gone. And you see how that whole term is gone? And then I come look at this, and I know the sine of pi over 2 is 1. So that becomes negative cosine of x times 1 over positive sine of x times 1. And we know that cosine, here, let me move this out of the way. We know that cosine over sine is cotangent, and there's that extra negative, so that becomes negative cotangent x, and lo and behold, that's what it's supposed to be. Okay, so not a bad problem. The one in this practice test is similar. See if you can handle that.